Good morning and good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are in this dystopian catastrophic world we live in. This J Kid, the autographer, 14-year convention attendee veteran, and autographer for the DC anime convention community. If you like any of my videos, please give a like and subscribe. I have my sub goal of 1,000 of 1,000. I have 924 subscribers, and I hope to reach 1,000 by the end of this month. Now, this topic I want to talk about GameStop. Ubisoft's use of transgender characters to distract people from sexual harassment allegations in Singapore. On August 16th, 2021, GameStop announced that Ubisoft has confirmed that a new operator from Rainbow Six Siege is a transgender person, and Ubisoft marketed as the first transgender operator as Osa. Now, I've seen footage of Rainbow Six Siege, but I haven't played it. I did play one of the Rainbow Six ports on the original Xbox, but I haven't played Rainbow Six Siege. But here's the problem. It's not really genuine. It's not really genuine at all. Because it's really called, this is basically queerbaiting. And queerbaiting is basically using a character and assign it with a gender or sexual identity as a way to attract customers. But the real problem is that it's not genuine. It's used as a marketing ploy to distract viewers or gamers from companies' other CD dealings. In this case, Ubisoft has sexual allegations in Singapore. As you well know, Ubisoft has major sexual harassment allegations in the United States and in France. So the real question is, why are they still queerbaiting, and why are they still having sexual harassment allegations if Ubisoft told their customers that they'll do better? Well, apparently they haven't in Singapore. As seen on the Straits Times, Ubisoft Singapore under probe over workplace complaints. Watchdog probing Singapore office of French game giant over alleged unfairness and sexual harassment. Now, let's look at the time. Now, the announcement was made on August 16th, 2021. This news article was posted on August 17th, 2021 at 5 a.m. Singapore Standard Time. So, really, they knew that this article was posted, and the Ubisoft PR team told them to find some character we can assign as gay, lesbian, or trans, just to distract them from this news article. Now let's read this article. The National Watchdog for Fair Employment Practices is investigating the Singapore Office of French video game developer Ubisoft of Assassin's Creed fame over claims of sexual harassment and workplace discrimination. This is even the multinational corporation emphasizes committed to developing local talent, said it has employed a third-party agency to handle workplace complaints and honest feedback from whistleblowers. The Tripartite Alliance for Fair and Progressive Employee Practices, or TEFEP, told Straits Times last week it received anonymous feedback on July 23rd containing links to media articles about allegations of workplace harassment and unfair treatment at Ubisoft Singapore. TEFEP urged anyone with knowledge of criminal conduct such as sexual harassment and sought to immediately report such incidents to the police. And the police in Singapore is the Singapore Police Force. Just so you know, last month video game news site Kotaku published reports of sexual harassment and workplace discrimination at Ubisoft Singapore, based on interviews with over 20 current and former employees of the studio. The firm of about 500 employees here and told Kotaku that 40% of expert roles are held by Singaporeans or permanent residents. The National Watchdog for Fair Employee Practices is investigating the Singapore office of French video game developer Ubisoft of yeah. It's the same article, right? What the hell? As for the allegations of a press event on August 6th, Ubisoft Singapore Managing Director Derek Long, who took over in January, said it's very important that we can talk about these things and that we acknowledge what's going on in the industry right now. So what are you doing to fix it? I mean, why you have these allegations in Singapore and you told them, your customers in French and in America, that we're going to fix the problems? We need to start to change the way we are proceeding, the way we act internally as well. A To Also movement that has been sued across the video game industry. Last month, Ubisoft was sued in France by a French workers' union and former Ubisoft staff over allegations of institutional harassment. Earlier this month, a U.S. Fair Employment Government agency called the U.S. Fair Work Commission, I don't remember the name, sued Call of Duty and World of Warcraft maker Activision Blizzard over alleged sexual harassment and discrimination against women that have gone for years. Now remember Activision Blizzard, particularly Blizzard right now is undergoing internal bankruptcy due to the fact that they've been chronically virtue signaling for years using Overwatch characters as queerbaiting, using Overwatch as a queerbaiting PR move to cover up their allegations of sexual harassment against women. And right now, it actually exploded. The allegations exploded to a point where Blizzard is already on the decline. And their games, they're not in active development anymore. And I think Ubisoft is going to be next that will undergo internal bankruptcy. To continue on, in Singapore, when TAFEP investigates cases of harassment, employers may be tasked to carry out an investigation through interviews with affected parties and witnesses to review documented evidence. TAFEP may also require them to implement new policies to prevent future incidents. Workplace discrimination on the basis of issues such as age, gender, race, religion, and language could result in Ministry of Manpower's fair consideration framework being breached. Basically, the Ministry of Manpower is all according to the U.S. Department of Labor. Said Mr. I.M. Lim, head of employment and labor at TSMP Law Corporation. If so, MOM or Ministry of Manpower could bar the company from applying for new work practices for foreign staff or renewing existing ones for between 24 to 24 months, basically 1 to 2 years. Where sexual misconduct involves criminal offenses such as unlawful sexual touching, the police will investigate such offenses reported, said litigation lawyer Maud Singh. Those found guilty could be fined or jailed, and in some cases caned too. Singapore is one of the few countries that is still implementing caning from as a held over as a colony in Britain. There could be also legal recourse under the Protection from Harassment Act for sexual misconduct, as well as workplace bullying, said Mr. Singh, Managing Partner of Amott and Partners. There are two routes. The civil one involves legal actions like suing the accused for damages or requesting a protection order. The criminal route needs a report to be filed with the police. Criminal penalties include fines and/or jail, or again, being caned. Mr. Singh said companies should report sexual harassment allegations to the police for investigations that are handling internally to circumvent any situations of conflict of interest. Victims might feel there was unfairness, there was no proper investigations, and nobody took their feedback seriously. He said of company investigations that find no wrongdoing has committed. When contacted about allegations of discrimination, Ubisoft Singapore said it was invested into a dedicated learning path to support Singaporeans and help staff take on leadership opportunities here. Conversation is dependent by role, responsibility, market practice, and performance. And definitely not on equity. Basically on meritocracy. That's the only good thing I see in this. Blizzard, they don't do meritocracy anymore. They just virtue signal. Mr. Lawrence said the studio does not tolerate harassment, discrimination, or misconduct of any kind. Okay, so why do you implement that Queerbaiting promotion for Rainbow Six Siege? Answer that question. Citing how it was hired a third-party agency to look into complaints, he added, "We have taken concrete action to formalize how misconduct is dealt with." Ubisoft Singapore also has pledged to the Singapore Women in Tech government initiative to increase gender diversity and provide management opportunities to more women, who now form around half of the studio's leadership, he said. These are done to create a safe workplace. He added, "I understand that Ubisoft Singapore has been mentioned in the news lately. I know the studio has seen some challenges over the past decade, and there's still work to be done about our studio culture." Yeah, you got a lot more work to do. And you better do it soon, or else you'll be like Blizzard, which is seriously about to be history for good. Because seriously, Queerbaiting is going to get you so far. And it's going to get to a point where more of your projects will be exposed, and Queerbaiting is not going to help you anymore. You'll be just on the path of decline, of internal bankruptcy, like Blizzard is doing. Now, Ubisoft Singapore is very lucky they haven't gone a walkout, because strikes are outlawed in Singapore. And any disruption, any social disruption will get immediately intervened by police, and they'll tell you to disperse immediately. They actually got riot police, specifically designed to suppress any peaceful protest, legitimate or not. That's the only reason why Singapore does not have a Blizzard walkout situation like in California. But I think Ubisoft is not going to get the message until Blizzard is dismantled completely. This is JK from the Ministry of Otaku signing out. Have a good day. And please, don't be like Blizzard or Ubisoft.